I was talking to somebody today and they were talking to me about two people who were very influential. And I'm going somewhere with this. I need you to follow. And they were talking to me about Dr. Umar and my beloved Jay Morrison. I love people where they're at, okay? But he was saying because he felt for them. Listen to me very carefully, okay? Listen to me. It's very important that you hear what I'm saying. How he cared for them and he was hurt by the fact that our community has them under extreme attack, right? He said, but I told you got to keep doing what you're doing. This is what he told, I think, Jay. You got to keep doing what you're doing, right? And he says, because he calls me periodically, one of my nephews, I got probably a million of them around the world, and sons. Dre, what do you think about it? I said, nephew, let me broaden it for you. I said, it's best. Now, I told you guys to listen a minute ago. It's important. Listen. It's best while you're on your journey to become a leader that you make all the mistakes right then, because I've made a bunch of mistakes then. Why is it best? Because your mistakes only affect you. Oh, I'm talking. I said, let me broaden for you, nephew. You have to bring into consideration, once you are in leadership, that it just doesn't affect you anymore. It affects the people. Now God has to judge the situation differently. God has to judge the situation differently because it's just not you anymore. You've impacted. It's just like a man driving a car, right? Causes an accident and 10 people were killed. That's sad, man. I feel for everybody involved in the situation because real life situations have happened. And when he stands before the judge, I didn't mean to do any of that. I might believe him, but whether you meant it or not, there's a consequence of people that's dead. And somebody got to be responsible and be held accountable. And that's you. I didn't mean to kill him. I was just angry. In relationships, we are not in a world that's going to give you a pass for how you didn't or did. The results will be the deciding factor. So I was telling him, I love both of those brothers. I brought both of those to Seattle on Conversations with the show. I love both of them. And I understand how you feel because you worked with Jay. Understand that. And I love Jay, right? And I understand that our community attacks. And this is what I told him. So what? I said, see, I'm a leader. And I've taught the remnant, if you are a leader and you haven't learned to lead beyond your pain, what?
Not fit to lead.
You shouldn't be a leader. If you just now figuring out what you're dealing with, you shouldn't lead. If you don't understand the conditions of the people that come up out of slavery, Jim Crow, redlining, and all the worst things in this country, that possibly you can't see that's going to create some deficiencies, and you going into leadership trying to deal with them, you gonna become a stumbling block to them. You're not equipped to deal with because dealing with our people is naturally associated with pain.
It's gonna be on your hands.
And you've got to learn how to navigate it instead of internalizing. They're attacking me. Man, if you don't sit your butt down somewhere and get out the way, they're attacking me. So I told them, I hate anybody that's going underneath any kind of situations, but there are people that's been affected. And I got to look at it broadly. What do I say to the 10 people that were killed in the accident? What do I say to their families? He didn't mean to do it. Or they're holding their loved ones bloody in there. They're going to say, I don't care. All I know is my loved one is dead. He's still here, and I'm not never getting him back. Leadership is a very dangerous thing. Make your mistakes before you stand before people. Because when you stand before people, your judgment will be different. Much more severe, and it should be. You don't think that I be gauging and watching myself? You don't think that as a leader, I have to continually gauge and watch myself because I'm accountable? I don't want that judgment. If it was just me, hey, man, it's been me for many years before I became in leadership. That's why I say don't rush into leadership.